Hello, students. How are you all? I hope everyone is fine and safe. Now that we know that exams are really near, so we'll be doing the things in very fast and a quick pace. Okay, let's do the chapter 13 probability. By the name itself, what you thinking it might be? It's all about the probable events that may happen or may not happen. For suppose weather forecasting will be there. They will predict whether the rain will be happening or it will not. Okay, and they will even say that the chances of happening a rain is like 60%, but it's not happening is 40%. It doesn't mean that the same event occur at the same time, right? It may rain, it may not rain. These are the two possibilities. Okay, so, but that scientists are saying that the percentage is like 60% chances of raining and another 40% of not raining, right? So that chances, that percentages are nothing but the probabilities that they calculate. Apart from that, the basic things that will be used in probability is the tossing of coin, throwing a dice, selecting a card, selecting a color ball, and many more things that are dependent. These are the basic things that through this we will be understanding how probability works. Okay, so tossing a coin, they are two events, right? It may happen that we may get the heads or we may get the tails. Okay, both things cannot happen apart from the films. Okay, so we may get the head or we may get the tail, right? Even in throwing a dice, we might not get directly the sixth number, or we might not get two numbers together, right? 6 plus 3, unless and until two dices are thrown. Okay, but if you are throwing a one dice, we might get number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, right? Not more than that. Okay, now if you're selecting a card, we may be selecting based on the pack of cards. Okay, that is 52 cards. I have given the explanation, detailed explanation in another video. We need to refer that. Okay, now selecting a ball, it depends on how many balls are there, how many color balls are there and all, and many more examples are there. Okay, now let's see each and every term how it will be applied here. Okay, see, an event. What is an event? Tossing a coin is an event. Okay, example, this is just an example. We don't know whether that particular thing will happen or not, like particularly we'll get a tail or not, we'll get a heads or not, but we are sure that some event is going to happen. We are going to toss the coin, that is for sure. So that is an event. Okay, did you get the term event, what event is? Okay, next term you will be taking as a sample space. What is a sample space? See, like I have already given here, the sample space means if you are doing an event, what are the possibilities? For example, in tossing a coin, the possibility is either we may get heads or we may get tails. Okay, it's for coins, tossing a coin. Okay, now for throwing a dice, we may get number 2 to 6. Okay, this is for dice. Okay, this is nothing but the sample space. What are the all possible things that may happen? What all we can get? 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Okay, in this coins, H, heads or tails. Okay, this is the sample space. What are the possible things that will happen? Okay, now let's go for equally likely events. Throwing a coin, we don't know whether it will be heads or tails. There are equal chances of both to come, right? You have equal chances of getting 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 in a dice. We cannot be sure that we'll get 6 only always, right? Every other number has an equal chance. This see, in heads and tails, there are equal chances that you may get head. There are equal chances that you may get tails, right? That are called as equally likely events, right? Next are mutually exclusive. Like how mutually exclusive means occurrence of one event will occurrence of one prevent another. Means that suppose when I said that it may rain, it means that one event is there when I am saying it's raining, it will rain. It means that the other possibility of not raining will be vanished. Okay, or else, like a very easy example, if you are saying like you are tossing a coin, you're doing an event. Okay, now if the heads is coming, then it is preventing tails to come, right? So it's simple. That is mutually exclusive. Preventing. If one number is coming, it is preventing other five numbers to occur. So these numbers in the dice will be called as mutually exclusive events, equally likely events. Okay. Exhaustive event means the events on happening of it. Okay, it happens that the union is there. The union will give the sample space. It means that I'll give an easy example for this. See, when we are throwing a dice, there is a possibility that we may get odd numbers or even numbers, right? It means that what is the odd number things in what is the set of the odd numbers in this thing in a dice? That are 1, 3, and 5, right? And what is the set of, this is odd number, okay? What is the set of even number here? 2, 4, and 6, right? Now, in this exhaustive event, it is saying that when we do the union of these things, when we do the union, not intersection, it's a union of these things, we get the sample space. Nothing but the union of 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6 is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is nothing but, again, it's a sample space for throwing a dice, right? So these are called as exhaustive events. The complementary events are nothing but some event is happening. Okay, happening of an event. That is nothing but E. And there is not happening of an event. E naught. Okay, we represent by a dash over E. Okay, these both things are there. So this happening is complementary. This thing, this E naught is complementary to E. It is said that this E naught is complementary to E if they are against each other. Simple in all these terms are just for the sake. Generally, it is saying that one event is happening, another is being prevented. The same thing is repeated here and there with the with some new words here, new words and terms, explaining each and everything in a elaborative manner. That's it. Okay, here it is simple that some event is happening means some event is there which is not happening in overall. That is nothing but a complementary event. That are nothing but a complementary events. One event is happening and it's बिल्कुल opposite है कि event नहीं हो रहा है. That event is not happening. So they are against each other, then it is a complementary event. ठीक है. When an event is happening and we are sure about that this event will happen, it is called as a sure event. For suppose we are throwing a dice and we know that any number less than 6 will happen. That means we are sure that any number less than 6 but not 0, okay, will be happening. That is called as a sure event. Okay, the probability is 100%. Okay, 100% is the probability. Okay, now impossible event is that the same way the dice is thrown and we are sure that number 7 will not happen. Okay, the probability will be 0%. Okay, so that is an impossible event. We know that in our dice only there are 6 numbers. Seven number is not possible unless and until you throw 2 dice, right? So that is an impossible event to happen. So that probability is 0. What we have seen before were all the theoretical part, right? Now from that theoretical part we are going to grasp the important points which we will be using in our problems. Okay, the first thing is that probability of sure events. Just now I have said it is of sure event is equals to 1. Okay, it means that 100% is going to happen. It means that the probability is 1. Okay, next one, probability of impossible event is simply 0. Okay, the third point is probability of an event happening plus probability of event not happening is equals to 1, right? If you are, for example, if you're throwing a coin, the probability of getting in heads plus the probability of not getting heads will be equal to 1, right? Probability of not getting heads is nothing but getting a tails. Okay, is equals to 1. So this is one formula which will be used extensively in future problems. And we know that the probability of any event will be within 0 to 1. Okay, it means that the probability of some event to be happening will be between 0 and 1. It might be 0.1, it might be 0.000001 or something till 0.999, but till 1. It will not exceed beyond 1. It will not go beyond 0. Okay, there will not be a negative value in this. Most important formula that we will be using is probability on event. How to find out the probability of an event? It is number of favorable outcomes divided by number of possible outcomes. For example, take an example. We have a coin, okay, and we are tossing a coin. What actually we want, what is the favorable event? First, suppose I want it to be heads. Okay, then this is my favorable event, right? The probability of an event, this heads to happen, how much it is when I'm throwing only one coin, the probability is 1. Okay, but what are the total outcomes that will be possible? It will be heads, it will be tails. Okay, there are how many possibilities? 2 possibilities, 2 outcomes it may be. So the probability of an event is number of favorable outcome. What is my favorable outcome? 1 divided by number of possible outcome, number of total outcomes which can happen, that is 2. So my answer is probability of getting a heads, that event to happen, is 1/2. That means half. Okay, so this is the way the formula is used, and each and every problem will be using this formula. Probability of any event to happen is equal to number of the favorable outcome divided by number of possible outcomes. Okay, we have learned all the important basic concepts by now, and now with this little bit of knowledge, we'll try to complete some exercise problem, which the first bit, which is just the fill in the blanks. Let us see what it's saying. Complete the following statements. Probability of an event E plus probability of event not E. It means that probability of E plus probability of E not is how much? I said you, it is 1. Okay, next, the probability of an event that cannot happen, which cannot happen, is simply 0, and those events are called as impossible events. Okay, next, the probability of an event that is certain to happen is 1, right? We know that it will happen. That event is called as a sure event or certain event. It's like so much certain that it will happen. Okay, next, the sum of probabilities of all the elementary events of an experiment is. Herein, we will see each and every experiment's probability, like getting a 1, getting a 2, getting a 3 while throwing a dice and all. The probability of the sum of them, the sum of all those things is 1, because the probability cannot exceed beyond 1, right? The probability of an event is greater than or equal to dash and less than or equal to dash. The probability will be greater than 0, right? Not greater than 1. Greater than 0 but not less than 1. 0. Less than 0 nahi rahega. Less than, it will not be less than 0. Okay. The probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, it can be 0 but it cannot go beyond that. It cannot go low beyond 0. Okay, and less than or equal to 1. Okay, this is nothing but the last one we have done. The probability of event will be within 0 and 1. Okay, again, these problems are so easy. The second one, okay, it is just a yes or no thing. Which of the following experiments have equally likely outcomes? Okay, equally likely means this can also be happening, that can also be happening, we have no idea. Okay, so probability of both of them getting is equal. They are equal possibilities that any of the event may happen. Okay, now let's see the first bit. A driver attempts to start a car. The car starts or does not start. See, the car starts, 50% possibility. The car does not start, 50% possibility. Okay, so they are equally likely events. Okay, next, a player attempts to shoot a basketball. He or she shoots or misses the shot. Okay, this is also, there are possibilities that it misses the shot, they miss the shot, or they may not. So it is equally likely event. A trial is made to answer a true-false question. The answer is right or wrong. See, there are possibility that the answer may be right, the answer may be wrong. Okay, so it is equally likely event. A baby is born, it's a boy or a girl, but there are chances, equal chances, right? It can be a boy, it can be a girl, so equally likely. Wasn't it very simple? Yes. Now let's read the third bit. If probability of an event PE is 0.05, what is the probability of not E? So herein, it's very simple. Not E is nothing but probability of event not happening. Okay, here we have a formula directly. Okay, we know that P of E plus P of E naught is equals to 1. So this value we know, this value is already given. We can find the unknown value. Very simple. P of E 0.05. P of E naught we need to find out, and this probability of both is 1. So P of E naught will be here itself, and this P probability on event will go on other side. So 1 minus 0.05. Answer will be 0.95. Wasn't this very simple? Yeah, it is very simple and a really scoring subject. Once you get a grip over it, you will never leave this. Okay, with this we'll end our today's session, and surely we'll be continuing other 8 problems in the next session. And if you like my teaching, do like the channel, share it and subscribe it, and also comment in the comment box that which topic you'll be wanting the next thing to be taught. Okay, till then, take care, bye bye, have a nice day.